What's going on, boys? How you doing? Ginger, Optimus, Yash, Hamza, Gravinder, Bikram, Papa Ganush, Christian. What's going on, boys? Good day today. Good job scalping. It's very, very tough for anyone trying to swing trade right now. Market's just been crazy. Like, I mean, we gapped way down here. Complete dump after Powell. Gap up. Complete dump after. Like, it's so choppy. It's like impossible to play swings right now. But definitely, one thing I can say for sure is Bears are winning. Every single rally gets sold. Every single we should just be focusing on puts right now, to be honest. Everyone's looking to catch the bottom. I don't even agree. I don't like that anymore at all. Like right now we should just be focused on puts. And the one thing you can take out of this, all this mess, no matter how bad it was, what's up, Andrew? One thing out of this whole mess that you can take positive is Monday we made a low on SPY. Tuesday was a higher low. Wednesday was higher low than that, and today was even a higher low than that. So we haven't tested the previous day's lows on SPYs yet. So what happens tomorrow? Does this pattern hold? Do we hold above today's high tomorrow? What's up, Ricky? How you doing? And that's one thing you have to pay attention to, that we are making higher lows on SPY still. Stocks are getting destroyed. I don't know what's holding up SPY. I mean, even financials are turning now. But SPY keeps putting in higher lows. So let's see tomorrow if we can hold today's low of 429.45. It's just higher lows on the regular. It might be a big bear flag, which is what it looks like right now. Like if you go to a 4-hour chart, maybe it's a clear bear flag. 2-hour probably way clearer, yeah. So big dump off and bear flagging right now, as you guys see here. Let me just draw it out just so you guys know. And bear flags are just forming everywhere in the market right now, guys. So right now we should be focused on puts rather than catching the bottom. We should be focusing on stuff breaking down. What's up, Kritik? How you doing? And right now we're just staying in the bear flag. And for tomorrow, at least, we're at the bottom of the bear flag. So if we bounce tomorrow, don't be surprised. They want to squeeze out puts. You know how many people are in puts right now? They have to squeeze those people out before we go lower, in my opinion, on SPY at least. QQQ, same story. There's not really much to go over here. It's the exact same chart. Big dump off, bear flag. But the difference between QQQ and SPY is QQQ has lost yesterday's and Wednesday's lows today. So Qs are weaker than SPY, whereas SPY has not lost any lows. It has not lost Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. It's been higher lows every day. But QQQ has lost all the lows except Mondays so far. So what's up, Cribletto? I always struggle saying your name, but QQQ again lost yesterday's lows, lost Tuesday's lows, so tech should be weaker than SPY. XLF super weak today. We jumped in some bank puts. We seen some plays there. Same chart overall, bear flag. We did lose yesterday's lows. We still have Tuesdays and Mondays, so XLF is stronger than QQQ but weaker than SPY. IWM is the weakest of them all, and you guys seen what I did with it today, just over and over and over again. IWM has actually lost Monday's lows, which is very, very weak. And if you're taking puts, you want the weakest one, right? So IWM, first of all, it's lost Monday's lows. Second of all, look at this weekly chart. Complete breakdown. I don't even see support until all the way down at 163.64 on IWM, guys. That's where a gap fill can happen, and that's another 30 points down. You'll see small caps get destroyed if we get down there. Look at the weekly candle. It's an inverse hammer straight down. Monthly is ugly as well. There's no support here, guys. All the way down to that gap at 163, there's no support. We just went in a straight line up, and usually when you go in a straight line up, you don't have any support anywhere, so we can go right back down. Let's see where IWM goes, but it's the weakest one. I would focus on that one. I gave you guys these ES levels in the morning. It held the 4309, 4306 area. That's the most important area. And right now it held on yesterday. Was that yesterday or this morning? Might have been this morning, might have been yesterday, I don't know, but held there today as well. We dipped in the morning and then we rallied and then we dipped right again. And we're holding the area. So right now we're just range bound in between. If we break above 4340, I'm bullish. If we break below 4306, I'm bearish on ES. VIX is just way too strong, guys. Like, this VIX is different right now. This is usually VIX just spikes up and then cools off. Like, whenever there's panic in the market, spike up, break down, spike up, break down, spike up, break down. Right now, VIX is looking like an equity play right now. So big run up, bull flag. We're holding the 8-day moving average, and it looks like it wants higher. So watch this VIX. It's trading very differently than what it usually does. It's not a panic sell-off right now. This is a very controlled sell-off. This is what it's telling me. And you guys could probably tell across the board, like companies are way undervalued and they just keep going down, keep going down. That's why this is happening, is because the volatility indicator is usually a spike up and then come down. Like right here, guys, like it spikes up, comes down. Every single time, that's what it does. People panic, they sell, and then it comes back down. Panic, sell, come back down. I can't even remember the last time it was this. Even COVID was a panic. Like, you would have massive panic selling, and then it would cool off big time. Massive panic selling, and then it would just cool off, right? But right now, it's actually building up momentum. So it's very different scenario. A lot of people, I haven't even seen it ever before. It's slowly raising up and slowly bull flagging, and maybe the next step. There's no coming off, like no one's taking off their puts yet. Just keep that in mind. NASDAQ, I gave you two key levels here, 14,340 and 14,230. So a 200-point range. This was very key this morning. It's the only reason I took Tesla calls this morning. We hit them a couple times, whatever. We missed on the rest. Stopped out of the rest. It was very obvious to me once NASDAQ broke that lower support, the yellow line here. It's clear on a 10 and 5-minute chart. But as you guys see, we were holding it this morning. We came right back down. We tested it, bounced, took out resistance, but then right here is where the market failed. Came back down, held between my levels for the longest time, and then we finally broke down. And once this broke down, this was telling me all you want to do today is take puts. The trend is down, and that's exactly what happened. Just kept coming down. So not a very constructive market. Anyone trying to catch the bottom, good luck. Your account's probably gonna blow up. The market can stay irrational longer than you can keep money in your account. So keep that in mind. Nvidia trash. Like, this is one of the best companies in the world, guys, and it can't even hold above the 200-day moving average, which is at 221.81. 221.81 is the 200-day moving average, and we closed below it today. So failure at the 200-day, big dump, bear flag, and break. Amazon, same thing, just complete trash. This one had some traction in the morning. Big Tech was actually running this morning, as you guys see here. We were stupidly playing Tesla for some reason. It had earnings, dumped down. Right here was where NASDAQ was holding resistance. Jumped in calls, we scaled out quick. Thank God we scaled out quick. We were playing 980s this morning, and we closed at 822. So overall on Tesla, this chart is completely broken, taking out all supports. 200-day moving average is at 813.81. If it fails and breaks below 813.81, Tesla can come down way lower. And Tesla probably goes to around 730 if it breaks the 200-day moving average, probably goes to 730. Other than that, chart's broken. I would not be looking for calls here. Unless we hold the 200-day and have a wicked bounce up, then you can take calls. But until then, you have to wait to see how it reacts there. Amazon chart is completely broken as well. I showed you guys something yesterday on Amazon. That's why I got all bulled up. But I mean, this is going to be the first time in history. If we don't go get back above, now it's 29.42. So the Bollinger Band even moved up even more. It's 29.42, not 29.37. If we want to close back in the Bollinger Bands, we have to get to 29.50 tomorrow on Amazon. So that's about $150 move. It's possible. Knowing Amazon, it's possible. But will this make history? Will this be the first time ever that Amazon Weekly closes outside the Bollinger Band? I don't know. Let's see where Tesla's is, as a matter of fact. You might as well just get rid of all these lines. They're all garbage now. Way below. I don't even have lines down here yet. Let's see where Tesla's Bollinger Bands are. Yeah, Tesla's not even close to it. You see, like, we're right at the mean reversion line. So this is where Tesla's supposed to be. On the daily, though, daily, we're right outside of it. But again, the daily, we can go outside of it a bit. We can even close outside of it. But usually reverts back to the mean. Amazon, on the other hand, I had Amazon open. What am I doing? The whole week is outside the Bollinger Band. That's crazy to me. I've never seen that before. I don't know what happens. But if it does want to kick save it, it has to go up 150 points tomorrow. Keep that in mind on Amazon. Apple. So Apple has earnings tonight. They can either make the market or break the market. Huge head and shoulders breakdown. Bear flag. Looks like it wants lower. And I see this one going to around 145. If they miss earnings tonight, we can go right to the bottom of the wedge, which would put them around 145. Hopefully they don't miss, because if they miss, this market's going to get even uglier. But let's see where the bands are on this one. This one should be in the bands still. Widen it out. All these charts just look broken to me, guys. Weekly, we're right at the mean reversion on Apple. So let's see what they report tonight. It's going to be big for them. It's going to be big for the market. And there might be a play on it tomorrow. Let's see. JPM, we took this one short today. Ricky called out financial puts this morning. I heard him, and I came to my desk, and I was thinking, he said he was in BAC and WFAC. So I opened the BAC chart. Ugly chart, no doubt it's an ugly chart. Big breakdown, bear flag, and now it looks like it wants to come back down to lows. Because I doubt any one of these banks is going to V-shape back to highs, right? He called out WFC. So all these charts were looking the same, basically. Big dump, bear flag, and now do they break down? But JPM, I remember, they had such bad earnings. So what I did was I liked JPM the best. I jumped in JPM. And if you guys remember, in a downtrend, we usually bounce to the 8-day and then reject. So a great example of that one here, I'll just do SE, it's right here. I've drawn arrows on this one, so you guys might see it. Yep. Okay, so the 8-day moving average in a downtrend is usually resistance. You see this big dump, bounce to the 8-day, dump, bounce to the 8-day, all the way down. It's exactly the kind of move I'm looking for on JPM. We dumped, we bounced to the 8-day, and now do we dump lower? So that's the kind of thinking behind my play on this one. We have February 11th. We have a lot of time for these to play out. I think they will actually go in the money, because the all-time low, or this low right here, is 139.57. If we get back down there, those puts are going to be like 5x, 6x at least, depending on how fast we get down there. But if the market continues weak, I can't see JPM bounce V-shape back to all-time highs. And if it closes over the 8-day, we can stop out easily. Other than that, the 8-day moving average is at 149. So as long as JPM stays under 149, we're fine, completely fine. Even if it goes above and it doesn't close above, it's still a fine play. And I'm just going to wait it out. I think banks will have their downturn. Jumia looked a lot better yesterday than it did today. We have a lot of time, Feb 18th on those. And tomorrow I do think we get a bounce, especially with today's action. I thought we were going to get a bounce today, but Jumia, again, just way oversold on every statistic. Weekly RSI, everything's just way oversold on this one. If we get any kind of bounce, we should bounce to at least the 8-day moving average, which is at 832, and let's see from there. Let's see if we get a bounce tomorrow, guys, because right now the market does not look good. Even Bitcoin, we're holding that 35K, but it just looks like a bear flag right now. So 35K was an important resistance. I did jump in half position of Matic and a half position of Mana a couple days ago. I want to see Apple's earnings. If we get a bounce in the market tomorrow, we should get a bounce in Bitcoin tomorrow. So if we do, I will exit all my crypto again and go cash. I don't mind. I'll wait again, because if the market continues weak, Bitcoin will definitely come see in 30K. In my opinion, we're going to go back down to 30K. Tesla, we already did. SE is another one, just getting destroyed, guys. 128. Like, SE is at the price it was in September of 2020. So 2 years ago almost. So this is one of the best companies in the world. It's just slicing through support. That looks like there's no stop. That's why I haven't added to my equity. There's no reason. There's nothing showing me that I should add equity on SE. First thing we need to do on all these names, this is SE, but this is the same for Dawkins. It's the same for all growth stocks. We need to set a higher low. We need to bounce. We need to get over the 8-day moving average, and we need to set a higher low. Then I'll start adding into my equity. Until then, it's just a downtrend until it's not. And as you guys see, it's the same on all these growth names. Dawkins on this whole downtrend just been rejecting the 8-day moving average, the whole downtrend. Same thing, like now Tesla's in a downtrend. I already have Tesla open though. Dawkins, Jumia, Turkey made money on this Ozon. Same thing though, guys, like downtrend, just rejecting the 8-day. This is a beautiful chart. This isn't even the right Ozon, but look at this downtrend. Look how it keeps rejecting the 8-day moving average the whole way down. It got over it once here. We couldn't even set a higher low. We came right back down. So that's what you need to watch on downtrends. We need closes above the 8-day moving average to even begin thinking about scaling in. If you don't catch the bottom, like let's say SC reverses here. Okay, if you bought equity here at 120, someone asked me about SE equity, 126 equity, right? Of course it's cheap. This company's like basically Amazon 10 years ago. But if you buy here at 126 and it keeps dumping, what are you going to do? Like it goes to 100. What? And if it sets a low here, let's say, I'm just trying to give you a quick example here because everyone wants to just keep buying, right? If it sets the low at 126 and it bounces and closes over the 8-day, and then the next low is at 130, for example, you missed $4 on equity. Okay, you didn't catch the complete bottom, but you got a much safer entry at 130, 134, whatever. And that way, you see the daily trend is at least trying to change. It's a much safer entry. Who cares if you miss out on $4? What if this thing keeps coming down to 116, 100, 90, 80? What if it keeps coming down? You don't know. You have to wait for the trend to change, pay a little bit more when the trend changes, and be fine with it. But other than that, right now, guys, focus on puts. It's not time to be trying to be a hero, like a call buying hero. It's very obvious what the market is doing. They're punishing Powell. He has no idea what he's doing. The Fed is stuck in a corner. So just focus on puts for a little while until the tide changes, and you guys know we'll be here to catch the calls first. Anyways, thank you guys for attending.